on Times Now Super Prime Time.
The BJP is represented by Sambit Patra. Tonight, the Aam Aadmi Party member of National Executive Anand Kumar is from Kolkata. Sabha Naqvi, political editor of The Outlook. Randeep Surjewala of the Congress. And of course, we have Sunil Alagh staying with us. But Shazia, he was using the filthiest of language. And you were enjoying it.
You know, the speech that you heard, this was a I can get my own voice back. This was the 20th speech that, this was the 20th speech in the entire day that he had made. The 19 speeches before, even more, not once did he use any kind of language which was, which could be called foul by any standards. So we were anyway laughing and having a great time. And Rajiv offered to campaign for us. He's a Munirka boy. And, you know, first time when he said something, I was taken aback. Second time, I was quiet and I took the mic and we spoke very responsibly. I should have stopped him there and then. But I apologized the minute I got to know.
You know, what he says was, I'm sorry. Getting response. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Shazia. I'm sorry, Shazia. I'm so sorry, Shazia. So sorry. You were enjoying. You were laughing. Oh yes, you were. Oh yes, you were.
No, I was not enjoying
you were. I'll play the video and then we'll talk. Okay. So 1 second. Well, here's what we'll do, Shazia. Let's pull both of us on both sides of the screen. Let's play the video in the middle. Let's play the video in the middle. Okay. I don't even want to repeat the language that was being used, Shazia Elmi. It was pathetic. It was lowbrow. It was disgraceful. And you were happily cheering on. You were laughing. When he used that filthy word, you laughed more. The camera pans back at you.
No.
1 minute. The audience is there lapping it up, and you're there lapping. Oh, there you are. You're laughing. Oh, come on,
no, that is not true.
You
did you use the first time?
And by the way, what is this about? What is this about 20th speech?
And second time,
you are allowed to use
for him to finish the speech and take over.
You are allowed to use filthy language on your 20th speech.
You know,
what were you doing?
No, not at all. I've been a very responsible news anchor.
No,
I've been a very responsible.
That was not very responsible.
I've never used a language. No, because he was. It wasn't me. It was someone else.
So he is allowed. No, but he is allowed to.
And I took the mic. I never used. No, he's not. Which is why we apologized.
No, you apologized because it's on. You know why you are apologizing?
I apologize.
News anchors are very meticulous. They're very careful. How come this
Sambit Patra?
Yes. I'm astonished. The news anchors are very meticulous. They are very careful. First time I'm seeing a news anchor who is behaving in this manner. Shazia, please give me the time. You are a wonderful person, but I did not expect this out of an educated woman, and especially a woman as you. First and foremost, you have lived up to the name of your party. Our party is nothing but an abusing and accusing party. This is what the conception of our party that the people of Delhi are rightly perceiving presently. But most importantly, I believe this whole thing was not just an innuendo. It was gross, it was direct, it was hitting at the democracy of this country. And you as a news anchor, you were standing besides, laughing and making merry. Shazia, a serious request to you. You are a woman, you are an educated person, we all are young people. And what kind of message are we trying to convey to the people of this country? For God's sake,
he articulated it in a different way. I should have stopped him and I apologized for that.
Why didn't you?
You know,
why didn't you stop him? No, once I'm just. You know why you didn't stop him?
I took the mic from him.
No, you know why you didn't stop him? You didn't stop him because you didn't know it was on camera.
At that point of time, I was looking at a lot of things. We were getting membership. We were getting membership done.
No. You were standing. You know, I would. No, 1 second.
I will tell you why you didn't stop him. Shazia, I have the answer as to why you didn't stop him. Sazia, you did not stop him because your reflexes are not ripe right now. You are not a mature politician. Had you seen the ups and downs of politics, you are just a Char Aadmi party. Now please agree to this. It's just 4 days. Char Aadmi party. You have to learn. And this is what is maturity in politics. Had you been a mature politician, you would have reflected there. You would have shown the courage to stop him from speaking and using derogatory language. But since you and the whole party has not matured, this shows a lack of maturity of Aam Aadmi Party. Please sit back, mature and then contest.
Okay, now you know what happens here in these kind of situations. What action? Right? No, you see, we have two options today. We have two options today. Either we say all the other parties can take high moral ground.
We're not getting.
Or the other alternative, Randeep Surjewala, is to go for the more practical approach and say that what action did the Congress party take, right? After Beni Prasad Verma referred to Narendra Modi as Pagal Kutta. What action did Beni Prasad Verma face from the Congress party when he said that Mulayam Singh Yadav should first try to get the job of a sweeper at the residence of the Prime Minister? So before you take the high moral ground tonight, could you do some soul searching on television on whether you actually can do so, Mr. Surjewala?
Arnab, two things I want to point out. Firstly, and I think it has already been said about Shazia. We all respect her as an anchor. I also respect her as a politician from a party which holds rival views to Congress. As a woman, as somebody who's an enlightened Indian, as somebody who claims to be the AAP party, who claims to be different than the rest of the national and other regional parties, the kind of abuse that was heard, the kind of shameful words that were used, it could have been used by a person where if Shazia had stopped him. And the way Shazia made merry makes me feel extremely sorry. It has definitely lowered my expectations from responsible people like Shazia. I'm sure we all need to learn and move on. And I sincerely hope that her apology is not on account of the video having gone viral on TV, but the apology really comes from the core of her heart. Number two, I also do not hold any brief for Shri Beni Prasad Verma on your channel. I'm answering it, Arnab. I do not hold any brief for Shri Beni Prasad Verma or Shri Naresh Agarwal or Shri Narendra Modi. Somebody calls the Prime Minister of the country Dehati Aurat. Somebody uses language which is not even worth mentionable on your channel against the Home Minister of the country or against a person who's being projected as a leader of their party, in this case the BJP.
No, 1 second. You're getting a rebut here, 1 second.
I just want to
Randeep, a rebut from Randeep, a rebut from Sunil. First of all, I find a convenient strategy. Anyone who says any rubbish nowadays is left to fend for himself. The party says, we don't know. You can call somebody a mad dog. You can use abusive language. You can use filthy, unprintable language. Party will say, you know what, it's his personal opinion. What is personal opinion? That means at a personal level you can be...
Congress has many such personalized opinions. One of the greatest one being Digvijay Singh.
No, all I want to say is that, look, what I find, and I'm not representing any political party here, what I find is that every opportunity when all political parties can get together and say, we're going to stop this, we don't want this to happen, we want to take this level of discussions to another, you will always never miss out an opportunity to say what Narendra Modi said, then Narendra Modi will say what Rahul Gandhi said, then you will say what X wants, rather than saying you did it, so I'm doing it, he did it, who started it first. Why can't we for once say, full stop, yes, because it is on. Tomorrow Amit Shah says, let's build Ram Mandir. You whack Modi for it, no? How come he's your man?
No, you
Beni
see,
Prasad Verma is not your man.
This
so
question
goes
to
this kind of debate.
The question,
let's stop this debate once and for all.
It's not stopping.
But you should raise your
every
level
night it's getting worse. Professor Anand Kumar, why are you doing? Is this only because members of the Aam Aadmi Party are inexperienced in politics? or is it because it is now getting trendy to appeal to the lowest common denominator?
It's unfortunate.
So you get a television anchor who's known for being, over the top or abusive on television, and then you say we'll apply the same format right down to the street level, and we'll stand there and we'll have Shazia Ilmi standing next to us. We'll use filthy language. We'll get away with it. And Shazia, don't mind my saying it, but had it not been caught on somebody's cell phone and put on YouTube, you wouldn't be here tonight saying you're sorry. You wouldn't be. It's only because it's gone viral that you've been forced to do this. I'm getting Professor Anand Kumar to analyze why you are allowing this. Professor Anand Kumar, do you agree when you see the video? Do you think Shazia Ilmi was enjoying it?
No,
enjoying those comments?
No, she had now.
No, I was nervous.
Let Shazia make her point and I come in.
No, one second. Shazia, 1 minute. Professor Anand Kumar.
I think, Arnav, this is very important for us coming from Aam Aadmi Party ranks to say sorry loud and clear. It has started with Shazia and Arvind Kejriwal, including that man who is only a sympathizer, has really very limited connection with Aam Aadmi Party. I and everybody else will say that this is wrong, wrong and wrong. And we apologize not only to Sushil Kumar Shinde, to all people who felt hurt about it, because civility is the first condition for democracy. Democracy is all about debate among different people. Differences must be highlighted, must be underlined in a very sharp way, but without losing control over language. India has been led by one of the most civil people against one of the most brutal regimes ever. Gandhi ji was pitted against a very brutal regime, but he was always very polite. No, and we take him as our ultimate reference point.
No, the difference is today, Kamal Farooqi, that Shazia Ilmi has come on TV. And she's saying, sorry, I'm really sorry I did this. She's, of course, batting back. She's trying to explain that she wasn't enjoying it and all, which frankly, Shazia, don't mind my saying, I will be direct with you, that's rubbish. You were there, you were laughing, you were playing along with it. You were enjoying those comments. You thought that getting popular in that way is going to get you a little bit more support at the local level. You thought that young people who are out there like to hear abusive language from a TV anchor. In that case, you undermine the intelligence of young people, because there are many more young people out there who will tell you that, you don't think that we are represent the lowest common denominator. In fact, if I take a poll tonight and ask anyone between the age of 18 to 21 that will you support a party which lets loose a stream of abuse in coarse language at your political opponent, Shazia, you'll realize 99% of young people will say no to you. You played with the gallery. But the difference between you and Naresh Agarwal is, 1 minute, Kamal Farooqi, that Naresh Agarwal ran away tonight. Naresh Agarwal does not have the courage to come on TV and say, I'm so ashamed of what I said. That's the difference, Kamal Farooqi, isn't it? You are from the Samajwadi Party, and you know what I mean.
Definitely, I agree with you. But I'll take the discussion to another level also. Unfortunately, as far as Shazia is concerned, I totally agree. Air is human. She committed a mistake that she could not stop it immediately, but she is saying sorry so loudly. I think we should take it up. Anand Kumar ji has already said it, that yes, it was a mistake. Kejriwal, and I am not holding any brief for any one of them, but when they have said sorry so loudly, I think the chapter should be closed over here. As far as the legality is concerned, people may take it to the another. But look, even I am asking another question. Where we are very conveniently talking that that an anchor, he is used to use this kind of language on the television. What kind of harm these kind of anchors and these kind of programs which we are having on the television to the entire youth and the nation? We have been listening.
No, 1 second. He's doing a political campaign. He's doing a political campaign. No, 1 second. He's doing a political campaign. I thought there is.
We cannot separate this. Listen, listen, we cannot separate it, because the filthy language, the abusive language which we are hearing day in, day out on the television.
And what about the abuse? What about the abuse hurled by Naresh Agarwal? I think what he said is more abusive.
Absolutely.
I think what Naresh Agarwal has said is more abusive.
Condemnable. I have already said it.
But you've not, your party won't take action against Naresh Agarwal.
I'm not. Again, Arnab, I'm not speaking on behalf of.
No, why are you not? Why aren't you distancing yourself? Why are you distancing yourself from what Naresh Agarwal said?
If at all you want to ask anything about the political party, I think he has done a great harm to Samajwadi Party and himself. So,
That's
but
all.
I don't care about it.
That's all.
I'm only saying it.
That's all.
When Shazia is.
In any other country, you make that T-boy comment. No, in any other country, you make that T-boy comment, your political career is finished.
No.
In any other country, you insult poor people who want to rise up, your political career will be finished. In India, you can arrogantly carry on.
Talk about Arnab, not talk about any other country. My own country cannot accept these kind of remarks. Absolutely not. I cannot accept these kind of remarks which Mr. Naresh Agarwal has said. Absolutely not.
I don't.
Because my country is free, and I was also a hawker. So mean I cannot aspire for any good job in the country.
I'll just read out.
I can do it.
That's exactly. But you see your arrogance in your party. The arrogance of your party leadership has reached such a point today. Sorry, I'm not going away from Shazia's issue. I am only saying Shazia Ilmi is on TV tonight and she is saying sorry, and I'm saying it to her face tonight. Yes. That Shazia, I don't accept what you said. And I'm saying this to you, Shazia, you would be, I'm sure, embarrassed of what you did, that you smiled, but you're on TV and you're saying it. Unlike Naresh Agarwal, who is so arrogant that he won't even come on TV, he doesn't have the courage to come on TV and apologize. I want to go to Shazia. Just one, Sabah, one point. You know, one of our viewers writes, these Freudian slips are the true feelings and thoughts of politicians. And there is someone else who sent me a message. In fact, he's the legal head of the BJP. He says, my father was a newspaper hawker and I myself have been selling newspapers at bus stands during my school right up to my class 10 standard. This is the way people feel so strongly about what Naresh Agarwal has said. Any case, I just came back to it. Sabah, you've come back to India after some time. I know you've been abroad. What do you make of the direction that we are going in the way, kind of the debate?
Arnab, first of all, I think what Naresh Agarwal has said is absolutely shocking. But what is the situation that we are in India right now? It is a person who is a T-boy, who is from a humble background, who is more likely to do well in politics than someone from the middle class. Let's be very clear about that. Politics is headed in that direction also. Whereas the Aam Aadmi Party represents a slightly different trend, which is why in this program you will hear them actually apologizing. When is the last time you or I ever got an apology out of the Congress or the BJP so easily? And they keep on saying things all over the place, or the Samajwadi Party. Whereas what I can hear, I've not been able to see the visuals, but Shazia, I hear Shazia's voice apologizing and apologizing again and again. So that is a change. I'm not saying that justifies what has happened.
But it also tells you...
It shows that they are both getting into the dirty...
No, it also tells you that the Aam Aadmi Party is more likely not to repeat this, whereas the Congress and the BJP and the Samajwadi Party are all set to go Randeep Surjewala in that same direction, isn't it, Sambit Patra? Go ahead. Because today another comment was made. Sambit, 1 minute. Another comment was made directly by Narendra Modi, I think too. He said that, Mrs. Gandhi, you're not well, so you let Rahul take over, something to that effect. And several Congress leaders, the Congress responded to that. No, 1 minute. Randeep will come in. The Congress responded to that by saying, "Ye pashu ka language hai." In other words, it says only animals speak like that. So, why? This is the level of conversation we are having. No, this is the level of conversation we are having. Randeep Surjewala wants to come in after that.
Two things.
Randeep.
No,
the tutu meme started by all of you.
Modi said today at Chhattisgarh.
Yes, go ahead.
Firstly, he referred to the alleged ill health of Congress president and asked her in an extremely sarcastic, derogatory and unacceptable manner to retire, and called Shri Rahul Gandhi, who is an honorable vice president of a national party, the word Shehzada in another sarcastic fashion.
No, what is your objection to? Make it clear.
Are we going to comment upon...
Arnab, can I come in over here?
I'm coming to that. Are we going to comment upon, if somebody starts commenting upon the health of Shri Narendra Modi ji's mother, which at least Congress will never do, or Shri Advani ji's health, what would it look like? Number two, Shri Narendra Modi ji also said that Congress takes the help of Maoists to win elections. Are we going to lower down? Sometimes he says Congress takes the help of Indian Mujahideen. He said it in Bahraich a little while ago.
We're getting the BJP to counter. We're getting the BJP to counter. In April 2004, Narendra Modi on a TV program said this. 1 second. In April 2004.
I mean, the speakers of Maut Ka Saudagar have no right discussing and debating all this. Arnav, I just want to make 2 quick points. First and foremost, what Mr. Naresh Agarwal spoke about...
No, answer what he said about what Narendra Modi said. Don't avoid it, don't deflect it, don't dodge it, don't go the other way.
No, I'm not avoiding. You can ask me the question, but I just want to stick
a direct reference to Sonia Gandhi's health was made by Narendra Modi. Do you believe he did the wrong thing? He should never do something like that again. Is that an area you should not go to?
Polity of India. Not at all. Arnav, Mr. Modi was speaking about accountability and its importance in the polity of India. He said that in India...
that is so shameful that he even is deciding to justify it, Arnav, on your channel.
If you are not in a position to be accountable to the people of India,
in a sarcastic, derogatory fashion on the health of somebody's mother? And is my friend going to justify it on this channel? Are we going to say that political parties will be backed by Indian Mujahideen and the Maoists?
No, there have been some areas, Sambit.
It's extremely shameful for BJP.
No, Sambit, 1 minute. There has been an unwritten code. There has been an unwritten code in Indian political conduct. And also, I would say, I dare say here, that even in the media, the general agreement has been this. The difference between India and some other countries is, even in our tabloid press, beyond a point of time, you don't talk about the private lives of our political figures. There are certain Lakshman Rekhas you don't go into, okay? Similarly, there has been an unwritten code, hasn't there, Sabha? That as far as political leaders are concerned, don't get too personal. Now, what Sambit Patra is saying tonight is that there is no harm breaking that code.
No, I am saying
you are saying that.
I agree with you in principle, but in the case, if I can just say,
he or she has to be accountable. And Mr. Narendra Modi is the only person in the present polity of the country who's speaking against it.
Sabha?
At least he's setting the agenda. Here is a man who speaks. We have the super trio who do not speak.
Sambit, 1 minute, Sabha is coming in. Sabha.
Congress has himself said that...
Sabha, 1 minute. I spoke about crossing the Lakshman Rekha. That's my question tonight. Are there no issues in this country that we have to cross the Rubicon of decency again and again? But does this amount to crossing the Rubicon of decency? That's my question to Sabha.
Arnab, Arnab, about the remark about Mrs. Sonia Gandhi, it's not just a mother. I mean, she is the president of the Congress party. So usually I wouldn't defend Mr. Modi's speech, but in this case, she is in politics. She's the president of the Congress party, so there is a right to say something about her. So that's not one of the strongest sort of indecent statements that Mr. Modi...
There you are, Randeep. Randeep, you heard it from Sabha. That's a neutral voice. She's saying don't get too shocked if such a comment is made. Are you getting oversensitive?
Arnab, no, definitely not, Arnab. You can say about the political ideologies or remarks of a person, but Shri Narendra Modi definitely has no right, and he has crossed all limits of decency when he claims that Mrs. Gandhi is unwell, that she is ill, that she is incapacitated to govern. Is that the language are we going to use for national leaders? Is that the way we are going to conduct political discourse?
No, you are stretching it a bit. He didn't say incapacitated to govern. No, 1 minute. He didn't say. No, correction. Correction. He said...
sound very filmy. He has just added adjectives to it, or no?
That is the insinuation. That is the clear-cut, precise insinuation.
1 minute.
Not at all. He was just speaking about the
political parties take help of terrorists to fight elections, Maoists to fight elections. Is that decent? I asked Mr.
all the power, but she is not responsible.
Correction.
She is not accountable.
Correction, 4 minutes on the debate.
Is it fair to comment upon other people's ill health?
Yesterday in an interview.
What if I ask about if I was to ask the same question from Shri Narendra Modi,
would it be appropriate or correct? No, but we will never do that.
He'll tell you what the...
One second. Sunil Alagh is countering. You're getting a counter from Sunil Alagh.
By all means, 1 second. By all means, ask Mr. Modi about his mother's health. He will give you a response whether she's ill or whether she's not ill.
Is that a relevant issue?
1 second. Now,
is that a relevant issue?
The relevant issue today is that as far as I'm concerned, when will the politicians in India learn to apologize unconditionally? Rather than always giving a conditional apology.
Who are you talking about? Be direct yourself.
I am going to talk about the Congress and the BJP, everyone. That look, Shazia as well. No, I want to defend this. No, I was thinking of my 20th. Why not have an unconditional apology when you do something wrong? You think Jairam Ramesh called Modi a Hitler and Nazi? That's okay? So where are we going with this conversation? It's about time you started saying, you did it, so I will do it. You did it, so I will call. You did this wrong. Now, when somebody does something wrong on one day, please apologize unconditionally. Finished. Over, out, debate will end. Move forward.
I go back to the point, did Modi cross the line? I asked that question.
How can he cross the line?
I asked that question to Kamal Farooqi. Did he cross the line when he said, "Aap bimar hai"? I didn't hear the full part.
No, he said, "You're not well, hand over to Rahul."
He said, "You're not well, hand over to Rahul Gandhi."
What's wrong with that?
The Congress is upset. Do they have a right to be upset, Kamal Farooqi?
Come out and say she's very well.
Yes,
no problem. Announce it.
Yes, I agree. Yes, let me say that. Yes, I agree that Mr. Modi has crossed his limits several times. Yes, Beni Prasad Verma has crossed limits several times. Yes, today Mr. Agarwal absolutely wrong in saying all those kind of things. I am for it that as far as the political discourse are concerned, we must use decent language. We must not be abusive. We must not be personal like this. We should attack the policies of the person, not the person itself.
No, so, okay, so was he right or wrong? Yes or no, simple. I said, was he right or wrong, Kamal Farooqi, in making that reference to Sonia Gandhi's alleged ill health? Was he right or wrong there?
It was wrong.
It was wrong.
Absolutely
okay,
wrong.
Anand Kumar, right or wrong? Anand Kumar, right or wrong?
Absolutely right in referring to it. In democracy, there is nothing called as such kind of decency where the country is being looted in front of its own people.
That is the
country's biggest political party, the ruling political party has to show accountability. If the head of the party is not well, then they should handle.
My question was to Professor Kumar.
To a level where he accuses another Sappa, Basappa and Congress of using Indian Mujahideen purely with the idea of dividing the polity, purely with the idea of persecuting the minority, purely with the idea of creating a Hindu-Muslim divide. He knows that very well that his
Muslims aligning with the ISI.
Jairam Ramesh calling him Hitler and Nazi and all is fine. That's fine. Come on, everyone is wrong here. Everyone is wrong.
This debate tonight, if you're watching this debate tonight, if you're watching this debate tonight, I have 3 more minutes on the debate. 1 minute. I am addressing today.
Was wiped out by the bullet of Maoists, knowing fully well that Shri Nand Kumar Patel, Shri Mahendra Karma and Shri Shukla and 24 others lost their lives to the bullet of Maoists. Is it fair for Shri Narendra Modi?
No, what do you mean ask Ajit Jogi? 1 second. 1 second. Sambit Patra, what did you mean when you made that reference? Ask Ajit Jogi. Be direct. If you have the courage, be direct.
No, why Rahul Gandhi and the Congress has been trying to prove that there has been a nexus between the Maoists and any political party in this country? Is not the NIA investigating the case? Is not the NIA coming out with the facts?
Are you not saying so, sir? That's a simple, precise question. Don't beat around the bush.
Suspicion there?
A simple question I asked, did Mr. Modi say,
the question is the answer lies with the NIA. NIA will come out with the facts. Please don't try to...
But knowing fully well that the entire...
In April 2004, in April, 1 minute, gentlemen, 2 minutes on the debate. I remind the BJP tonight that in April 2004, appearing on a TV program, Mr. Narendra Modi said the following. He said, when a cricket match reaches the peak of excitement, it is possible that a wide ball or a no ball is bowled. Similarly, and I'm translating from Hindi, similar is the case when an election campaign is at its peak. But in future, and he said this in 2004, but in future, I will see to it that I maintain line and length so that my opponents do not get any chance to criticize me. And my question tonight is this, that while the Aam Aadmi Party admits it did not maintain line and length by letting that abusive conduct from a TV anchor at a political speech made alongside Shazia Ilmi. My question is, has Narendra Modi crossed the line in length when he asks a question there, when he makes a reference to Sonia Gandhi's alleged ill health? Anand Kumar, what do you think? This question goes to all of you out there tonight. If you're watching the news, you know this. Watch this debate. You can make it. It's very clear the verbal fireworks aren't ending. Anand Kumar, did Modi make a mistake? 1 minute left.
I think Shri Narendra Modi's mistake is that he's mixing up public with the personal. The health of leader of a party must be an issue with the party's own executive committee, rank and file. He should raise issues about Sonia Gandhi's economic, political, social and cultural policies. And there, I think he is not giving much attention. He is always personalizing questions and then making his point, which gets lost because he prioritizes personal over public.
Okay. Now, Shazia Ilmi, I'll only say to you at the end, I'll only say this to you at the end. The next time you get a TV anchor who's known for his verbal violence on your... On a lighter note, when you get a TV anchor known for his verbal violence, verbal violence on another channel, you must tell him that he's not on that channel and he must learn to censor himself. Now, we called him on Newshour today. He said yes, then I think he chose not to come. To him as well, mind your language. Shazia, I'm totally short of time. I appreciate your coming on the Newshour tonight. Thank you, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.